Harry Potter is the boy who lived. He's the chosen one. He's a hero to the entire wizarding world. He's also super sassy at times. In fact, we're starting to believe it's one of his many powers. Harry is usually reserved and even a bit monotone in his presentation.
Do I?
Seeing him happy is a big deal, but seeing him quick to anger and getting snappy is even bigger. We do love a good Potter comeback. To honor this side of him, the Binger has created a video completely dedicated to all the times Harry lost his cool. And we loved it.
Really?
We don't get a lot of sass from Mr. Potter in the first film, though he does show a knack for trouble. The only time he gets a little bit prickly is during Draco Malfoy's introduction. Come on, you know exactly the scene we're talking about here. When Draco tells Harry he can help him sort the top wizards from the bottom feeders, and Harry just roasts him.
I think I can tell the wrong sort for myself, thanks.
Ouch! Gonna need Madame Pomfrey for that burn. It was the beginning of a blossoming part of Harry's character. However, this side of our favorite Hogwarts student truly takes shape in the Chamber of Secrets. The movie literally starts with the shadiest line of all time. The Dursleys are planning a big dinner party, and it comes time for Harry to tell his role. Expressionless, Harry just delivers the most deadpan diss to Uncle Vernon ever.
I'll be in my bedroom, making no noise and pretending that I don't exist.
The moment is symbolic. Not only does Harry have clothes that fit him now, but he's also learning not to take crap from them. Little did we know that this was only the start of something wonderful. The Dursley diss from the Chamber of Secrets is just the beginning of it all. The sass really balloons from here. We'll see ourselves out. Sorry. For real, this spell is Harry gone wild, and not in the way you're thinking. We just mean he loses control of his magic. Sort of. Aunt Marge is on the screen for one scene, but that's all she needed to make an impact. It's clear from the get-go that Harry doesn't like her.
Okay.
She's compulsively rude and blunt. Aunt Marge holds contempt for everything that Lily Potter stood for and that Harry is now. Basically, she got what was coming to her. She pulls a Violet Beauregard just without the blueberry skin and floats off into the stratosphere. Admit it, you loved it. Hell, we all loved it. Watching her way off in the distance in a later scene is the cherry on top. Harry didn't stop himself from doing that, and we're grateful for it. After all, many fans believe it's the cathartic moments that separates Harry from the Dursleys' grasp. They no longer hold sway over him following that. Without Ron and Hermione, Harry is nothing. That being said, sometimes his best friends are less than hopeful. This entry marks the first of a few times Harry got a little impatient with his friends. Remember, early on, Harry was totally new to magic. Everything needed to be explained to him like he was a 5-year-old. He grew up though, and Ron seemed to forget that this time around. In The Half-Blood Prince, the characters are starting to grow up a lot. While most of the crew is thinking about getting a date or passing potions class, Draco is off being, well, Draco. He's got a bad case of wizard angst. Turns out SNAPE made an unbreakable vow to ensure Draco takes care of Voldemort's Dumbledore problem. What's an unbreakable vow, you ask? Here's Ron to explain it.
It's just you can't break an unbreakable vow. I'd work that much out for myself, funnily enough.
Did you hear Harry's response?
Lovely.
What a snarky little comeback. We get you're stressed, Harry, but wow. You're lucky Ron didn't break something else after this diss. Seriously, it's a quick moment, but worth the rewinds to see it. Sometimes Harry gets a little bit of a Napoleon Dynamite-like attitude.
Freaking idiot.
But every once in a blue moon, he totally snaps like Ron's wand in a Whomping Willow. We said we were gonna get back to the Dursleys, and we meant it. We're back in the third movie, though, with one big decision that shows Harry's bravery.
Keep away from me.
You're not allowed to do magic outside school.
Yeah? Try me.
Well, then again, is it brave to threaten a muggle with magic? It feels more like a crime if we're being honest, but this is Harry Potter, so he's immune to criminal prosecution. We just wonder why Harry didn't pull out his wand sooner. He turned Uncle Vernon into a coward quickly, and it wasn't the first time or the last time that the two butted heads. You'd think Harry would pull something like this when they put bars on his windows in the second film. Then again, Dursley sort of paid for that one in the end anyway. The point is, we love Harry for sticking up for himself. Get it? Like a stick? Because the wand is a stick? Never mind, just forget it. The Binger is a pro-Neville Longbottom channel.
Oh my god!
We support the idea that he's the child in the prophecy and he's the real savior of Hogwarts. You can disagree with us all you want, but those are the facts. So when Neville ends up helping Harry in the Goblet of Fire, we can't help but get ecstatic. With that said, we love the sass parade Harry dishes out on the real Chosen One. The moment has been memed to the edge of the world and back, but it's still worth discussing, especially considering the whole storyline is rewritten from the book. Fans of the series will know that Dobby is actually the one who gives Harry Gillyweed in the print version. Neville is nowhere to be found. So instead of bringing back our favorite free elf, the screenwriters elected to go the sassy route. Yes, Harry is under a lot of pressure at that moment.
No offense, but I really don't care.
The feeling is justified. We know that the minute Neville worries about Harry drowning, there's a little part of him that feels vindicated. That's what Potter gets for ignoring herbology. Fun fact, that moment right after Harry says he is the Chosen One,
But I am the Chosen One.
turns out that took a few takes. Plus, Emma Watson was a bit too forceful in entry a couple of times. Okay, maybe not that fun of a fact for Daniel Radcliffe, but we find it hilarious. The actual scene is one that endears us more to Harry than Hermione though. To this point, Harry is under a lot of stress in his 6th year. He needs to get on Professor Slughorn's good side while dealing with Draco's mysterious plot. He doesn't have a lot going on for him in terms of a love interest.
Really?
So sure, having a girl trying to slip you a love potion is nothing to get smug about, but hear us out. It's nice to see Harry blush for a change. Being the Chosen One brings on heavy expectations from everyone. Harry never asks for it and often ran away from the term. Here, the character finally takes a moment in stride and even finds a way to make light of the fact. Welcome back to the Harry Sasses Neville Show. Joining us as always is the man with no plan, Neville Longbottom. And alongside him, he's the Chosen One with the sass on speed dial, it's Harry Potter. Today we're here to talk about another moment in the Goblet of Fire, where Harry shows no appreciation for Neville, and yet we love him for it. It's the final minutes before the second challenge. Harry is looking everywhere for Ron and Hermione. His two best friends aren't there to cheer him on, and it's making him anxious. Neville, noticing his friend is worried, makes a comment.
You seem a little tense, Harry.
The problem is, it was the most obvious observation of all time.
Do I?
Harry is not having any of it. To be fair, Neville's line is better than Ron exposition dispenser Weasley. He seems genuinely concerned for Harry. The problem is, Harry is tense, and pointing it out doesn't help Neville. Give him the gillyweed and get out of there. Just when Neville starts to prove he's sprouting into a real wizard, Harry has to go and wither it all away. Harry's life is like a series of unfortunate events. Come to think of it, that's a great book title idea. Editor, quick, save that in my good ideas folder. We're gonna strike it rich with that one. Anyways, where were we? Yes, hard times at Hogwarts School for Witchcraft and Wizardry. That's what we were talking about. Harry is on the front of that poster for sure. Growing up the way he did without the knowledge of his true calling is already unnerving. Then finding out the evil wizard you partially destroyed while still in diapers is back, making matters even worse. Not to mention the fact he loses his godfather immediately after growing close to him. So, we all know Harry has had a difficult life. Why then does Hermione tell him not to mess with Malfoy to avoid a difficult life? That, Miss Granger, is why Harry responds in his sassiest moments of all time. Honestly, he could have just shut down, looked at the camera, and let the sound of silence play. At least he was stable enough to respond, right? You can't say the name Severus Snape without thinking of at least two iconic moments. Obviously, the first one is his line in the Deathly Hallows. Then the second is his rhythmic name in the mysterious ticking noise. But for us, this moment from the Order of the Phoenix stands out.
Control your emotions.
Snape is doing Dumbledore a favor and helping young Potter guard his mind against Voldemort. It quickly turns into Mystery Science Theater 3000. The movies are Harry's memory, and the cast is just Snape being being snarky. Harry puts up with it for a while, but things go south quickly when the potions professor disses James Potter. Harry turns his wand on Snape and the tables reverse. We love this moment of absolute zero self-control from Harry for a few reasons. First off, Harry finally stands up to Snape. Second, it's a chance for the audience to see Snape's life and why he is the way he is. Finally, it's a real personal moment that means even more when we get to the end of the series. It's perfect on so many levels. It's only right that we round out this list with one final moment from the film that created Sassy Potter. The Chamber of Secrets didn't perfect the art of snark, but it definitely endeared us to it. One scene, above all else, stands out as a clear number one. Come on, you know the one. It has to be the start of the duel between Draco and Harry. The two were crossing paths for 2 movies at this point. Draco was turning into a real antagonist, and all we want is Harry to stand up to him. Professor Gilderoy I Can't Teach Lockhart is instructing the students on dueling when Draco and Harry get selected for an example. The two get in the ready position and Harry drops the biggest comeback of all time.
Scared, Potter?
You wish.
The moments come across like a WWE promo. Harry isn't playing around, and Draco gets dissed yet again. It's why he ends up having to summon a snake to stop the match. He didn't stand a chance after Harry dropped that fire on him so quickly. Harry's sass gives us life. We just witnessed the Dursleys, Draco, Snape, and his friends all get roasted by Snarky Potter. We do hope you enjoyed it. Want to see more Harry Potter? Let us know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe to keep up with the Bingers' daily content.